We already know the number of world's population who are unhappy or unsuccessful or who are separated or divorced or depressed are growing. But why? Simple answer is most people have negative attitudes and are surrounded by negative people. Negative people are like dark clouds. When they go away, it is a brighter day. The big part that contributes to this phenomena is self-imposed or self-inflicted. In this video, we shall discuss the top 10 human traits that we need to cultivate or eliminate so we can become happier and more successful.
Hi, my name is Benny Lee. I'm the author of Watch the Mouth book and also a health and life coach. But before you diagnose yourself with depression or unhappy or unsuccessful, first make sure that you yourself are not a negative person. And second, make sure you are not surrounded by assholes. Generally speaking, negative people are those who are unhappy and unsuccessful, that they are ungrateful, toxic and insecure. They lack integrity, determination and don't take risks. But they do take advantage of you. And they have big ego and have victim and entitlement mentalities. They seldom smile but display silent faces, get upset or angry easily. They complain a lot. They are jealous of others' happiness and success. They accuse, argue, gossip, judge, criticize, etc. In short,
they have toxic mouths, spitting out hurtful words.
Here are the top 10 traits of negative people or bad habits we need to eliminate or cultivate in order to become happier and more successful. 1. Attitude. 2. Ego. 3. Victim mentality. 4. Entitlement mentality. 5. Complaining. 6. Jealousy. 7.
Toxic mouth.
8. Gossiping. 9. Emotion. And 10. Smile. Number 1. Attitude. A negative attitude person will attract misfortune just from the negative words coming out of his or her mouth. A positive attitude person will radiate positive energy. Kind and nice words will come out from his or her mouth, will invite fortunes to his or her life. So you reap what you sow. However, a lot of people claim that they are positive, but that their words and actions often don't match with their own perceptions. Perhaps you have heard of an ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu's quote, "Watch your thoughts, they form your attitudes. Watch your attitudes, they lead to words that comes out from your mouth. Watch your words, they cause your actions. Watch your actions, they establish your habits. Watch your habits, they shape your character. Watch your character, it determines your destiny." A negative mind will never give you a positive life. The quality of your thinking and words decides the quality of your life. A person is happy not because everything is right in his or her life, but because his or her attitude towards everything in life is right. A positive attitude gives you power over your circumstances instead of allowing your circumstances to have power over you. A positive attitude causes a chain of reaction of positive thoughts, words, actions, events, and outcomes. It is a catalyst that creates extraordinary fortunes, happiness, and success in life. We choose our attitude chooses our happiness and success. Number 2, ego. Negative people have big ego. There is a wonderful expression, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so it's best to use them in that proportion. Talk less, listen more. And yet, how often do we find ourselves speaking more than we listen? This is a symptom of a bigger problem, especially among the somewhat successful but insecure people, which is to assume they know more than they do. They talk a lot, especially about themselves, or worse, that they think they know so much that there's nothing left to learn, so they tend to lecture or belittle others. Consider what happens when you let your ego get in the way of your education. You miss out on one of life's essential pieces, growth. Insecure people have the loudest mouth. Quiet people will always have the loudest mind. The quieter you become, the more you can hear. While there is an Indonesian proverb, "A noisy river indicates the water is shallow." If you want to be happy and successful, be the deep river. Stay calm and quiet. People don't know what you have been up to, how deep is your knowledge, don't know how to attack you. Listen more and speak less. Actions speak louder than words, and be humble and respectful. People with big ego also like to argue. When we listen, we should listen intently to understand. Unlike most people, listen with the intent to reply or argue. Before we have the urge to argue, please ask ourselves, is it more important to be right than to be happy? This picture says a lot. I'm not arguing. I'm simply explaining why I'm right. Then the message in the next picture says, the secret to happiness is not to argue with fools. The highest level of debate is not to argue. People with big ego also get upset when people reject them, or get very aggressive and defensive when other people touch their weaknesses. They feel insecure. If and when they upset others and apologize to others, they often say, sorry, ... but ... If we have to apologize to others, never ruin an apology with an excuse. Ego is the source of a lot of conflicts and disagreements. Ego is toxic. Destroy your ego before it destroys you. Drop your ego. You have nothing to lose here but a whole life to win. Number 3, victim mentality. People with victim mentality blame others for their misfortune, unhappiness, and failures. If we have a victim mentality, we tend to dwell on the past, worry about the future. When we open our mouth, we tend to exaggerate things, blame others for our own misfortunes or unhappiness, and will not examine our own thoughts and actions that contribute to our own misfortune and unhappiness. For example, if you say to someone, my ex cheated on me, so I divorced him or her, or I hate him or her, without reflecting why his or her ex cheated. Also, victim mentality has other bad effects on our mental and physical health and happiness and success, as it makes us rehearse in our mind and reminds ourselves how others made us suffer and miserable, and make us to keep telling others how miserable we are, that we have been victimized, and that it is the other person's fault for our misfortunes and unhappiness, unable to let go of the past and turn to a new page in our life. Holding a grudge against someone is like drinking poison yourself and expecting the other person to die. Most people don't realize this consumes us inside out and prevent us from becoming healthy and happy. Learn to forgive, let go of the past, and start a new chapter of life with a stronger you. Forgiving doesn't make you weak, it sets you free. We will be happier if we accept an apology we never received from others. When you choose to forgive, it won't change the past, but it will change the future. Let your past make you stronger and better, not bitter. Crab sheds its shell so it can grow bigger with a stronger shell. Another example of victim mentality, say if a guy got hit by a car causing injury to his knee, and if he has a victim mentality, he wants the person who caused him injury to pay, or wants that person to suffer too. Such negative mindset is not helpful to that guy, because he will rehearse in his mind that he is a victim, which would prevent him from moving on with life, lower his immune system. Then he will get chronic knee pain from his injury, which may not have happened had he not have a victim mentality. Remember, our mind is immensely powerful. It can lower or raise our immune system and can cause you psychological and physical pains. One more example of victim mentality is that a person blames his abusive childhood upbringing for all of his adulthood misfortunes, i.e., he would say, I have an abusive childhood upbringing. My father often used a belt to beat me for misbehaving, that I had such a traumatic childhood. When we are aware we play victim mentality, then we need to change our attitude and learn to be grateful of our past, appreciate what we have now, then focus on the future, learn from our mistakes, then move on. Instead of asking why this is happening to me, ask what is this trying to teach me? What kind of blessing in disguise would it be? Then everything shifts. So you can deal better with setbacks, disappointments, bullies, or insults from others, etc. Then you have less or nothing to blame, complain, or be angry and frustrated about, but become a better, stronger, and happier person. The man who blames others has a long journey to go. The man who blames himself is halfway there. The man who blames no one has already arrived. Number 4, entitlement mentality. Likewise, entitlement mentality also is not helpful in attaining happiness and success, as you believe it is your rights to get something from others or expect others to provide you. You are not only become upset if you don't get what you expect others to provide, but also cause you not to take responsibility for yourself and take charge of your own life. and not to make your dreams come true via your own efforts. You just wait things to happen for you. People with entitlement mentality confuse their privilege as their rights. They usually take, seldom give. People with entitlement mentality don't take the initiative to make their dreams come true. They either have many excuses why they are not realizing their dreams. They would say, I don't have the time and money, it's too risky. They expect the governments to take care of them, their employer to give them raise or more vacation days, etc. Perhaps you have heard this famous quote from President John F. Kennedy: ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Using this principle in our spousal relationship to cultivate such a give first, take later mentality, we will have a higher chance of success to have a long-lasting, loving and happy relationship. Would you hire someone who tells you what he or she can do for you or your business or company versus someone who asks, how much benefits do you provide? How long is the vacation days? How much do you pay, etc.? Number 5, complaining. Negative people also complain a lot. Surely we know people who whine, nag, and rant over little things, or it seems everything bothers them. These negative people also often exaggerate matters. When you mention positive things to them, they often answer with, but this, but that, because they focus on the negative aspects of events, things, and people. Negative people are like dark clouds. When they disappear, it is a brighter day. But don't wait till they go away. You can leave them too, even if they are your spouse, siblings, kids, or parents, as you can't change them. Only they can change themselves if they are self-aware and want to self-improve. Conversely, if you are aware that you have a habit of complaining, you need to check your thoughts and words. Otherwise, you would attract misfortunes and negative people who also like complaining and blaming others. So it's like negative energy feeding negative energy that leads to depression for all. Be the sunshine, not the dark cloud. Then there are people who are misconceived, thinking communication is key to successful long-term happy relationship. But if you have a negative attitude, what you communicate to the other partner is more likely in nagging and complaining, which would not help but hurt your relationships. However, if we have a positive attitude, it will be unlikely to have anything to nag and complain about. But we generally have a happy conversation with our spouse or partner. A happy marriage is like a long conversation which always seems too short. We have also been misguided to think that it is good to our health that we vent our anger and frustrations, and that it is better to do it with or at our loved ones. That we should not hide our feelings and they need to hear our complaints, thinking they are tolerant and forgiving. This is a mistake. Our loved ones are human too. They may love you unconditionally, but they also have a limit on how much negativity they can absorb, or else they could explode one day and leave you. The best solution is, if we have something not nice to say or unhappy about, keep it to ourselves. Then change our mindset, digest what annoys or bothers or irritates you. Gradually, you will find that most things won't upset you anymore, and you would focus on the positives and finding solutions. It is not what happened to us, but how we react to what happened that matters. Number 6, jealousy. Happy and successful people do not do 4 things. 1. Do not pour out their joys and sorrows. 2. Do not compare. 3. Do not say derogatory things about others. 4. And do not argue about meaningless right and wrong. Never tell your problem to anyone unless you trust them 100%, as for 20% of the people don't care and the other 80% are glad you have them. Avoid telling people your success, as 20% would envy you and 80% will be jealous and hate you. If you post your happy and amazing holiday or vacation on social media, sometimes your jealous friends and relatives will leave a love emoji on your post, but secretly will say, "What a lucky bastard," or "bitch," or show you their middle finger behind your back. Meanwhile, they themselves have many excuses why they cannot do what you have done, i.e., I don't have time and money, I can't afford it, it is too risky or dangerous, etc. The worst thing such jealous people can do to you is to discourage you and is to talk you out from realizing your dreams. They will tell you all the reasons why you will not succeed, as either they are risk averse or don't want to see you enjoying the nectar of your own success. Remember, next time someone tries to talk you out of achieving your goals, bees don't waste time with flies explaining why nectar is better than shit. Number 7. Toxic mouth. Negative people, whenever they open their mouth, they usually spit out hurtful words. They accuse, judge, calling people names instead of expressing gratitude and praise. They criticize, etc. In short, they have toxic mouth. Even their joke sounds negative. If people are truly positive, they don't spit out negative jokes. For example, you invite a friend to your home for dinner. When she arrives, you pour a glass of juice for her. Instead of saying thanks, you say, "Are you serving me an expired juice?" When you show displeased with their negative joke, they would say, "I was just joking. Would you invite her again?" Mosquitoes got killed because they hurt people with their mouths. Our tongue has no bone but can cut like a knife. Our mouths and tongues can easily soothe people's hearts or stab others in an instant. Be careful with our words. Once they are spoken, they can only be forgiven by others but cannot be forgotten. Words are like keys. Better watch our mouths as they can close or open any heart. A toxic mouth person is often confused with freedom of speech, thinking they have the rights to say bad things about others and about you to others. Not only this alienate you or others, but expose him or herself to potential defamation lawsuit. Do the following phrases sound familiar? When you heard yourself saying them to others or others saying them to you. You are always late. You never help with house chores. You are messy all the time, etc. If such phrases coming out of our mouth, they are neither helpful to you nor to the receiving party. In fact, they are aggressive, judgmental, inflammatory, and confrontational. Either it is an accusation or exaggeration of something, and these words just trigger negative reaction and responses and resentment from the receiving party and exacerbate the situation. Best avoid using them to accuse others or exaggerate things in our daily written or spoken conversation. But you can use them in a positive way, i.e., "You are always on my mind. You never disappoint me. You look amazing all the time. You are punctual every time," etc. Next time when you get upset, angry or frustrated with someone and really want to vent it out, just say potato instead of blow things out of proportion with accusation or say shit or fuck, as potato sounds like PTT, which stands for pause, think and talk. One of the best strategies to prevent you from spitting out words that you will regret and could damage relationship. But most people skip the first 2 steps, pause and think. That is why hurtful, strong, emotional, and accusatory words come out from our mouth that brings misfortunes for us. So watch our mouth by pausing and thinking first, then talking. In addition to above accusatory and exaggerated words, the worst kind of accusation is when a person put words into your mouth, including making false accusation. In other words, he or she would accuse you of saying things that you did not say or do. For example, a person asks you to remove something and you answer that you are unable to act because you are not the owner of that something and the real owner of that something has not communicated with you. Then this person accuses you by saying, "So you are refusing to move it," to flare up the situation, as he or she chooses what he or she wants to hear and doesn't want to hear by ignoring your reason and explanation. Then make inflammatory statements against you. When confronted by such person and you deem your relationship with this person is important, be assertive. Clarify what you said and told him not to twist your words and stop making false allegations. Then leave the conversation. If this person persists in attacking, leave the relationship. What you say and do is what and who you are. The words that come out from your mouth are the truest reflection on your character. The quality of your character is determined by our words, tone of voice, and actions. Number 8, gossiping. Some people, when they open their mouths, they gossip.
Gossip typically centers on the negative aspects of a person's personal appearance, behaviors, achievements, failures, or spitting one's friend's secret to another, etc. Gossip is also spreading misinformation and rumors about someone, like a virus spreading from one person to another. A less malign gossip is when people discuss information about celebrities or politicians or people highlighted in tabloids or social media. Great minds discuss ideas and solutions to problems. Average minds discuss events and problems. Small minds discuss people, i.e. gossiping. Gossipers are judgmental and bitter. They envy or jealous of others, are bored and have nothing better to do, who demean others and discuss the petty intricacies of people's lives and problems facing their world. Gossip is dangerous. We should be more wary about the gossipers than the gossip. People who love gossiping are toxic. When toxic people hate you or can no longer control you, they will try to control how others see you with misinformation and rumors, including sowing discord among others. Vindictive people who spread rumor based on false information can backfire and face potential defamation lawsuit from the damaged person. Successful, happy people, not only they don't gossip, but also stay away from people who gossip. If you tell the wind a gossip, then don't blame the wind for blowing it all over the forest. The one gossips with you will also gossip about you behind your back. In the beginning, it may seem enjoyable and fun to gossip, but it can have negative consequences for the people we were gossiping about, ruining their lives or relationships. In the end, gossip fills our hearts with bitterness, poison us too. That is why people who gossip is unhappy and unsuccessful in life. Can we change the gossiping habit? Yes, it takes a conscious effort and time. Watch our mouth. If we have the urge to gossip, count to 3 and take a deep breath. Hang out with happy and successful people. They may help you accelerate your behavior change. Now, if and when other people want to gossip with you with a rumor or a toxic talk, you can bluntly say no to partaking by turning down invitation to pick others apart, or by signaling to them that you are not comfortable or have no interest talking about others behind their backs. You can simply say, I have absolutely no opinion about it. It's an easy way to stop the conversation in its tracks. It is a refusal to engage. If a friend then wants to continue to have a bad-mouthing session, just leave, or you can go tactfully. That you first try to empathize with the speaker or with the subject of the rumor, then try to change the subject, then ask them to talk about something else, and tell them that you are trying to break yourself of the habit of gossiping. You will find that many people will actually thank you for your reminder for themselves to make them aware of their bad habit and want to change too. Watch the mouth. If it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. What can be said, say less. What can't be said, don't say it. Say nice words via your mouth. Say cruel words to your heart. Gossip is only good when you say good things about others behind their back. You can't control people gossip behind your back, but they are behind you for a reason. Number 9, emotion. Negative people get upset and angry easily. It is an instinct to vent your angers and frustration, but it is a skill to control your emotions. Anger begins with madness but ends in regrets. Any person capable of angering you becomes your master. Getting angry is like using other people's words and actions to punish ourselves. Learn to control your emotions. Keep your mouth shut is a sign of maturity. If you are right, there is no need to be angry. And if you are wrong, you have no right to be angry. When you are upset or angry, you tend to say hurtful things that you will regret. Remember potato for PTT. Pause, think, and talk, and take a deep breath. Your mind will get oxygen to give you a mental clarity to decide how and what you want to say and do, or do nothing, as silence is golden. Don't get upset with people or situations. They are powerless without your reaction. Time not spent with someone who is not right for us is time we can invest in ourselves. Our lives are not determined by what happens to us, but by how we react and respond to what happens.
not by what life brings to us, but by the attitude we bring to life. Don't let the behaviors of others to destroy our inner peace. Don't let bad emotion ruin your efforts and your life. If you get upset and frustrated easily, learn to hide your emotions. Keep this to yourself. Learn to digest it and solve it yourself. With conscious effort and persistency, you will find that most things don't bother you anymore, and you will focus on the positive sides of things or find a positive solution. It's easier said than done, but with conscious effort to change, we can control our emotion. Practice makes perfect. Number 10, smile. All normal people like to be around happy people with happy faces, not with unhappy people with sullen faces. Smiles are contagious. Be the carrier. We should cultivate a habit to maintain a smiley face. It takes less energy and muscle movements to smile versus putting a sullen, sad face. Smile frequently, even when nobody is around you. It gives you a happier mood, boosts your immune system, and reduces your stress and pain level. If you smile when you are alone, then you really mean it. Then if you smile when people are around, it makes people wonder what you have been up to. And your smile makes you look younger and more attractive too. Also, before you call someone on the phone, smile at the phone. It will change your tone of voice to be more friendly or soothing when you speak with that someone. Try it now. You'll be amazed that it does lift your mood and change your tone of voice in a big positive way. Have you seen people who smile at you but instantly they change to unfriendly face? If you're not genuine, don't fake your smiles. Smart people can tell if you do a fake smile. By the way, I designed this cute lady with a tattoo on her chin. It is a motif in New Zealand Maori culture. In Maori language, chin or face tattoo, it is called moko. If you like my artwork, it can be printed on t-shirt. Moreover, I also designed Watch the Mouth logo. They too are available on t-shirts and caps. If you are interested, please contact me. Conclusion. Don't waste your time and energy on negative people. Stay away from them. You are better off investing your time and energy in improving yourself that lead you to become happier and more successful. Minor adjustment to our mindset in a positive direction will have a profound positive shifts and effects in our physical and mental health and great impacts on our life, and will make us see a much bigger and better world and lead us to fortune, success and happiness. Once you realize the power of your thoughts and your tongue, you won't just say or do anything. You will watch your mouth and your actions. Happy and prosperous or unhappy and miserable, the key lies in the karma of the mouth. Happy or successful is self-imposed. Destiny is not a matter of chance, it is a matter of choice. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you call it fate. If you are aware you are a negative person, you can and should change your attitude. If you are surrounded by negative people, stay away from them. Negative people are like dark clouds. When they go away, it is a brighter day. Be the sunshine, not the dark clouds. If you want to find out more about my Watch the Mouth book, the link is in the description. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.